Do muggy summer nights have you wishing for those fall evenings where you're cozy up in a blanket watching a horror movie? Maybe something like I Know What You Did Last Summer or Scream. If so, you're gonna want to read this book. Welcome back to The Reading Chamber, an online bookstore for young adult fiction. I'm Jess, the owner, and this is our deeper dive into books that we sell at The Reading Chamber and YA books I've read in the recent weeks. If your summer nights tend to feel very muggy and soup-like, then this book is going to remind you of them. Dark and Shallow Lies by Ginny Myers Sain takes place in La Cachette, Louisiana. This is right near New Orleans, and it's considered the psychic capital of the world. This book is a thriller slash horror slash paranormal book that typically I wouldn't pick this up, but I absolutely highly recommend it. It really leans into the mysticism around New Orleans and the people who dwell in the bayou. Gray is this book's protagonist. She returns to La Cachette every summer to visit her grandmother. Her band of friends there include her best friend Elora, who actually went missing 6 months ago. With a touch of psychic-like abilities herself, Gray starts digging into the disappearance of Elora. The small town, the people who stick together are hiding so much more than one girl's disappearance. As a hurricane approaches the island, the race against time to find Elora just keeps increasing, which just also keeps increasing the suspense of this book. Enter a stormy-eyed stranger with a connection to the town's bloody history, crocodiles, the storm coming, muggy nights where your shirt is just sticking to you because it's so hot out, and the legend of the Rougarou. With a race against time to find out what really happened to Elora before the hurricane hits the shores, this book is everything you need for a hot summer night read. It's going to have you turning pages until you cannot put this book down. I'm not a huge fan of paranormal horror books myself, but this one got me hooked, especially this author, and I happen to sell this at the Reading Chamber. You can pick up your copy at thereadingchamber.com. One of the YA books I read in May was Hearts Overboard by Becky Dean. This was a library book, so I don't have it to show you, but I will link it in the video's description. Hearts Overboard is a Rivals to Lovers YA book. It follows Savannah, who recently got dumped in front of everybody at school as she goes on an Alaskan cruise with her mother's company. Her parents are best friends with Tanner's parents, and Tanner's mom also works at that company, so guess who's also on the cruise? Savannah and Tanner have been rivals ever since they were kids, with Savannah and Tanner both being compared to each other. Now, they team up together to help recreate Savannah's image on this cruise and show her ex-boyfriend she's not boring. There's ziplining, hiking, all different types of wilderness adventures, but the main point is Savannah and Tanner grow closer over this experience, and maybe they're not such rivals after all. What I really liked about this book was how much Savannah came out of her shell and how Tanner helped her without judging her. Savannah's character development was really strong, and the settings that Becky Dean writes are really well done. I actually picked this book up because K.L. Walther does a blurb on it, and I love K.L. Walther's books. I typically don't read the blurbs, but I was looking for a book that took place in Alaska for my Read Across the US challenge. I'm so glad I picked it up because it was a 4-star read for me, and I really enjoyed all the different scenarios that Savannah and Tanner get into. I did find Savannah annoying at first, but once they got on the cruise, she settled down a lot in my opinion. I did think part of it was a little unrealistic, like the company funding a whole family joining them on this vacation, and how much free reign Savannah and Tanner actually had. I thought it was especially unrealistic that the parents would let them go on a hike in the middle of Alaska by themselves. Overall, I think this is a really fun read. It's very clean, so it's great for a younger YA audience. And if you're looking for a book that takes place in Alaska to fill out that challenge like I'm doing, I definitely recommend this one. As a reminder, you can purchase Dark and Shallow Lies by Ginny Myers Sain at thereadingchamber.com. Remember to like and follow for more YA book recommendations, and thanks for watching.